Hey, Frank Paris here. I thought I'd make a video up of some of my walk around magic that I have been doing over the years. I mean, I have my regular props up here, some of my props, some of my steampunk magic props. Some props I make, some props other people make. But today I want to do a video on some of the close up. I mean, if you look over here, I've got more close up here, and then I've got close up in another room. But today I'm going to focus on the stuff that I use, okay? And basically, well, some of it I use, some of it you can't use anymore, some of it's not politically correct. I mean, I don't know how to say this, but you can't use a fire wallet anymore, pretty much indoors. I mean, I've got a fire wallet. I'm not sure where this is from. I think it's from Germany. Let me just, I'm working with one hand here, so this may not be easy to do. But this is the battery operated one from Germany or somewhere. Beautiful piece, works great, and so that's the fire wallet. And of course, it opens up the other way, which I can't seem to do right now. Here you go, which opens up one way, and then of course the other side is the gimmicked thing here. And some of this stuff you're going to be able to find on the internet, and some of it you're not going to be able to find anymore. And some of it is stuff that I had made, which you may still be able to get. I have a beautiful 40-foot reel, okay, which is extremely hard to get. I use this in my act. I hide the silk behind a curtain or behind something behind me, and then I come out with it. And I make believe I'm going to make it disappear, and I make a few stupid gestures, and then the silk goes flying 20 or 30 feet to the back of the backdrop or the backstage, that kind of thing. This is a windless, it's called windless reel, and again, it's very hard to come by. So it's 40 foot. And what's nice about that reel is you can open it up and rethread it, and not have 25 springs coming out on you. Okay, this is an interesting group of rings that I have here. Well, first of all, I had a custom made a Morgan silver dollar made into a ring, and you can find these guys up on the internet. They sell these silver dollar rings and half-dollar rings and that kind of thing. This is a great ring on rope. A prop, and so I had one of those made. And then I also wanted to do something with rings that were attracted to a magnet, but I couldn't find anything. You couldn't find spoon. You couldn't find. I'm sorry, I almost gave it away. You couldn't find rings that were attracted to a magnet. Even some of the ones that I found weren't. Didn't work right. You couldn't get them. They were made of some kind of odd metal, white metal or whatever. Obviously gold and sterling silver weren't going to work. And I was in Europe with my wife. We were on tour, and we were also doing a cruise ship. We were working on a cruise ship a number of years ago, and I found in Spain a little cubby hole of stores, and the guy was making rings out of spoon handles. Now you can see this guy right here. Now this is attracted to a magnet. Okay, and I got a couple of them, and these are great because you can have a magnetic holdout on either side of your back pocket, either left pocket or right pocket, and you can make these stainless steel spoon handles vanish at will. It's in one hand, you throw it up in the air, and it winds up in the other hand, and vice versa. So that was basically, I had this guy make me two while I was there in Spain, and I have two of these guys. And I guess, if you're in Europe and you happen to go to Spain and you go to these little touristy places, you can find things like this. Or you can actually, if you're adept at working with metal, you can cut a couple of spoon handles and bend them in such a way that they become rings. And so this is how I solved my problem of being able to find rings that were magnetic. Okay. And of course, you have the things that are extremely rare. I mean, I've seen these up on the internet occasionally. So, if you want a set, you should look up on the internet. I think there's a set up there now. It's March 2021. I don't know how long it's going to be up there, but it's up there for $295. I think that's a great price, believe it or not. And it's the Anverdi Chink-a-Chink set. I know it's not politically correct to say that word, but that's what they called them, and they're a matrix assembly barrels. You actually make all four assemble under one hand, and again, you can find these Chink-a-Chinks in different variety of places and made of different variety of material. But in this particular case, these are just the cat's meow because the gimmick is just beautiful. Let's move on. I found this, believe it or not, I was looking for a jumbo coin. I wanted it to be magnetic, and it wasn't, so I actually epoxied a rare earth magnet on the back of it. And I have a back pocket holdout that I affix this to when I'm doing a coin matrix, with Morgan dollars. And I just produced this at the end, as a kicker. But it is on Amazon, and it's a jumbo Morgan dollar. And I polished it up using Tarnex. Tarnex is a poisonous liquid, so be careful with it. I just dropped this into one of those Chinese plastic soup bowls, the small Chinese, not the big, the small one. And I just poured the Tarnex in there and left it in there for about 30 seconds, and then pulled it out and used some rags, terry cloth rags that I have from Home Depot. I buy them by the package, and I cleaned it up and polished it up real nice, and then I just epoxied a rare earth magnet on the back, because when I pull it out and I do the production, the surprise kicker production, the Morgan dollar is kind of the back, the magnet is kind of hidden, so that's another little thing that's really cute. Moving up to the second row, I've got my Anverdi dice, the 3 dice. Again, this is a great close-up effect. You work out your own separate little routine. And then I bought the Anverdi single dice, so I have them both. This little can, this little can is a can you can get, a little pill can that you can get, and it will hold the receiver and the 3 dice, which is really cool. It won't hold the charger, but at least it will hold the receiver. So that's a pretty cool little thing. This one here, I haven't figured out how to store this one, but that also comes with a receiver. This is a visual receiver, and this is a thumper. Okay, as some of you people would know. And of course, you can't politically do anymore. You can't bring a knife on a plane. So I mean, these 2 knives, this one here and this one here, are color changing knives. But these are made by a company called Cross. Is it Cross? I think it's called Cross, and they're called magician's knives. So when you go up on eBay and you type in the word magician's knives, okay, you'll see the Merrill knives and stuff like that, but then you'll see this Cross company who makes these knives, and these are the epitome of beauty. Okay, so I mean, if you're doing a color change, where you're this, and then you come in and you make it green. In one hand, I can't really, do the bit, but it's you've got your change going on for you. Again, it's very hard to do this with one hand. And I put it in a little lipstick case. I don't know if you can see these little, this is a lipstick case that I bought. And the knife fits, the small Cross magician's knife fits in that. And of course, if you're doing a color changing knife, this is a big Cross right here. Okay, which again is a nice piece. If you're doing color changes and you want to do a kick and finale, you may be able to find these. I found these on the internet. You know, people say, well, how did you do the trick? You say, I use a bunch of little knives. You know, you throw these, you do a vanish, a standard vanish with a big one, and you somehow retain these guys. These are magnetic, by the way, so you can actually have those on a holdout if you want. Just pull them off and then produce those. So this is a great little idea. These you'll have a hard time finding. The big cross knives you'll be able to find. And then, of course, you know, the simple fact that, you know, you can't bring that on an airplane or something. Is something if you're doing a show somewhere, you're doing a little walk around on your cruise ship or whatever, you're not going to be able to bring a knife with you. You can use a pencil. You can do a paddle move with a pencil. You can do a paddle move with anything that has printing on one side. But usually they don't let you bring knives on planes. And obviously you can put it in your luggage, so you might be able to do that if you want. So what I've been using, and this is something I came out with a number of years ago, it's called On the Level. It's just a brass level. You can find these on the internet. They've got a little bubble in there. So, you know that that's on the level. And of course, I always say I go to the hardware store and I buy a level. And, you know, there's a level on both sides. And then when I went into the clean it, the level disappeared. And I complained to the hardware store guy, where's my level? I mean, I lost my level. I don't have it. And he says, well, you didn't clean it on a Tuesday. And I said, yes, I did. He said, well, you never do that. You clean it on a Monday. If you clean it on a Monday, your level will be there. Only Tuesday. Don't clean your level on a Tuesday. And don't clean it on a Wednesday or else you'll lose one of the levels. So, you know, you got a whole little bit with that. Nobody's going to stop you for having a level on an airplane. A TSA ain't going to bother you with these things. And these, I think, are... they are brass, but I think that they're about 15, 20 bucks because they're rare. And you'll see these up on the internet, on eBay. And it's called a brass level. And it's only about 2 inches. I was selling this with a routine that I called On the Level. So that's another little thing you might want to use to supplement using your color changing knives, which is right here. Okay, back to the second row because I think I got caught in a... Actually, I got to go to the first row. This is a quiver purse. And again, the quiver purse, if you don't know what it is, it's a double wall purse where you have two coins. One you make vanish and then it winds up back in the purse. So that's the quiver purse. They also have a quiver card case, which they sell. Which is nice, you know, if you want to do a thing with a card, sort of a Himber type of thing. So, and you know, they renamed this quiver, but it's really a Himber type purse, coin purse. So, you got to be a magician to know what I'm talking about. And if you're not, hang out. You can still, and you know, just to mention, every single trick, the fire wallet, the Ann Verdi Chink a Chink matrix. Barrels. You type in matrix